All right, guys, let's talk about working out with POTS syndrome. A common question that I tend to get is, how are you working out so intensely? How do you work out so hard? How do you do CrossFit, right? And so today I intend to tell you how I got back into lifting, how I got back into exercising, how I think that you should approach it. So if you're new here, first, like the video if you do end up liking it, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're new here, I want to tell you a little bit of a breakdown of how I got diagnosed with POTS syndrome, and it's going to be short. Basically, I was in and out of the hospital for about like 14 times in a year with a bunch of really weird symptoms. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was having heart palpitations, all the things that people with POTS normally get. Finally, one of the times a doctor says you have something weird with your blood pressure and your heart rate. When you go from sitting to standing, I get referred to different specialists like neurologists and electrocardiologists. I get the diagnosis of POTS. The only thing that they tell me, or that the electrocardiologist tells me, is that you need to live now like you have POTS. And that means consume more sodium and exercise. I'm like, great. There's no other guidance here. Cool. Got to figure it out on my own. Perfect. So anyway, from there, I go on my journey of trying to figure out how to work out with this thing that makes me feel like I'm going to panic and that I feel like I can't work out with, because every time I try to work out, I'm having panic attacks or I'm having all these symptoms. So there was one time on a treadmill that I was at Anytime Fitness. I'm on the treadmill, I'm walking, and I run out of the gym about 10 different times. I'm convinced that I need to go to the hospital. I'm convinced I need to call the ambulance. And finally, I said to myself, enough is enough. You need to either finish this workout or die trying. And I decided to sit there and die trying. And lo and behold, I'm here, I'm alive, and I'm thriving. And so what I did from there was I actually hired an old bodybuilding coach of mine to help me with my weightlifting stuff and do it in a very slow, progressive manner. I told him what was going on with me. And then I developed my own cardiovascular exercise program because I realized that that was something that I really needed to dial in order to get control of this. And so the thing that I think really changed things for me was really getting my cardiovascular fitness in check. And so the thing that I tend to have my clients do most times is focus on steps. I think that steps are way more important than people could ever imagine when it comes to POTS. And I have a whole video on that. I'll link it in the description, but just know that steps are very important. So my first piece of advice would be set yourself a step count goal that you have to stay accountable to every single day and try to incrementally make it bigger and bigger as the weeks go on. So every single week, give yourself more steps that you have to do, or even every single day, and get acclimated to that. The second thing is start doing calisthenics type workouts when you feel that you tolerate steps good. I think that a good target for steps to start doing calisthenics is about like 5K steps, and then start moving into the calisthenics world. And then once you get to that point, calisthenics, I don't want you guys to think about this as just like, I need to do 3 sets of 10 air squats or 3 sets of 10 push-ups, because that's so it's so one-dimensional. There's so many ways that you can create stimulus from doing calisthenics workouts, such as you could create time domains. Like, I'm going to do an AMRAP of 10 squats, 10 push-ups, and then 10 inverted rows or something like that. An AMRAP for 10 minutes means that you would do as many rounds as possible of all those in that rep scheme. For 10 minutes, you would just do as many rounds as you can get. Or you could do like, I have to do 50 squats in 4 minutes or 5 minutes, or I have to do 30 push-ups in 4 minutes. You guys get what I'm saying. So start trying to get creative with how you can increase intensity and stimulus while doing calisthenics workouts. Trust me, it goes a very long way. A lot of my POTS clients that I work with start with calisthenics workouts in their living room, and it goes a very long way. And then after you have become comfortable there and you've become decently fit, because trust me, you can really create a high level of fitness by just doing that stuff. My next recommendation is to get to weightlifting. And there's so many benefits of weightlifting. We're not going to cover it in this video, but start weightlifting and also keep on your aerobic fitness too, your cardiovascular fitness. My preference here is to have people do CrossFit. Not the competitive type where you're on your hands and doing muscle ups, and doing handstand push-ups and, walking on your hands rather is what I meant before, but doing things like maybe you do an erg. So you do like an air bike, and then you do some deadlifts, and then you do some push press or some burpee box jump overs. The reason why I like that so much is because you're getting anaerobic fitness and aerobic fitness all in one go, and you don't have to separate the sessions. Or it could even look like a bodybuilding session where you do 30 to 45 minutes of bodybuilding, maybe even an hour. And then if you have time afterward, you go on the treadmill, Stairmaster, rower, skier, I don't know, what else is there? An air bike too for like 10 to 20 minutes. So you can continue on with your cardiovascular fitness. But cardiovascular fitness is very important. And when you get to the point where you can handle calisthenics, I think that weightlifting is even more important. I'll do a whole video on that. So anyways, you guys, I hope that this video did serve you well. I hope that you got some value out of it. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and hit that link in the description. Join the Positive Pots community that we have. We have resources for how to increase heat tolerance, how to do an elimination diet, why steps are so important, how to hydrate properly, like what supplements to use, electrolytes and all that. So much more. There's a workout program. You get a positive community of other Potsies. And if you feel like you need extra help, make sure that you hit me up and email jqfit1@gmail.com for one-on-one coaching. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out. Wait, actually, last thing here. We do almost daily live streams at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you show up, ask some questions. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.